video. In today's video, we'll look into a scenario in which Germany won World War I. And this was the first video was what if Italy and the Central Powers. This led to a victory, so I thought I'd change this and make a series based on that scenario in which Germany had won World War II. And the first thing we're going to focus on is the Russian Civil War. We're going to say nobody's probably helping them, the Reds. Someone's probably helping the Greens. And people are probably trying to succeed. And yeah, so the Russians make offensives. They have Moscow at this point. They're probably trying to get down to Volgograd. With people fighting everywhere. For or against the Reds. Nobody's probably supporting them as much as the Greens, which I'm going to call because the country is colored green. I don't think they're the whites in this timeline. That doesn't mean there can't be other groups fighting. The democracy group failed. But there was one. I'm getting confused. I think I'm mixing up series now. With the Reds advancing deep. Their objective, taking the Caucasus. If this goes wrong, it could be the loss of the war for them. Depends on who wins at that battle, honestly. And I'd say the Reds don't have an advantage. They got the least amount of support, least amount of land. It's not like anybody fell communist. This is the first communist rebellion. So, well, they almost... Wait, I'm going to have it turn around later. They managed the Azov Sea and the Black Sea. They take the coast. Thus setting up for the attack on Volgograd by the Soviets. With the battle at first going pretty well for them, with them advancing into parts of the city, advancing away from the city, and cutting off supplies to behind the city on both fronts. But due to lack of support, lack of ammunition, and lack of lots of other things, the Battle of Volgograd goes wrong. And some countries are thinking of joining in on the fun. With them pushing the Reds back in the south. Reliberating their land, and by reliberating this area and preventing the taking of Volgograd, they prevent the possibility of a victory of the Reds. The Reds got a lot of power after the war. But if nobody's really supporting them, because what's the point in supporting them? Either way, Russia's just as much of a threat to Germany, so they're probably not supporting either side. They're just supporting the fall part of Russia. And with the Russian White Army, or whatever, the Green Army is what I've been calling them, advancing back. The goal is to turn into more of a democracy, I guess, but probably won't happen. And the Red Army is forced to withdraw to the north. Eventually, all the land they occupied is taken back. And with the communists still being in Moscow, Moscow is on the verge of falling back. As we know, this isn't a good rebellion. With Moscow being under siege, I think it would be a big deal if all these lands fell. Doesn't seem to be going as bad. And then this happens as they bulge and take Moscow. With forces moving in from the north. Red Army unable to push them back, they withdraw. And well, someone occupies land. No, they don't. I don't think they would want to occupy any more land because of stability, so I doubt Finland would do anything. Germany is trying to expand its empire. With this area eventually falling, with all that's really left to take being St. Petersburg, a siege on St. Petersburg is started. This one goes pretty well. Although I don't think either government is friendly with Germany because both want to take back their lands. So most likely neither has good relations. Austria for now is probably good. With German backing, an Irish revolution begins. And it starts in around some of the major cities, including Cork and Dublin. And well, it starts in Dublin, and then revolts happen over here. And quickly, Britain's engaged in a war that it probably can't win. Seizing the opportunity to take Egypt, the Ottoman Empire decides to enter into British territory to annex it. So instead of having like different colors, their troops just walk in like this. With the Ottoman expanding, but can they really hold this? The question may still be. In the Irish Rebellion, well, I don't think the Brits are in a good spot to stop it, as they take the rest of the southern part and then they move up north, with them establishing the Irish Republic. The Netherlands chilling, the Nordics are still fine. Romania's in a bit of trouble, so is Greece. But the Ottoman Empire sends in forces to occupy here. This being a desert, imagine how fun it is occupying it. And not really controlled by anyone. With the northern part of it becoming under Ottoman occupation, the rest becomes occupied by them. They're thinking of annexing it, which is what they end up going ahead with. Bulgaria is in a bit of trouble because, well, they're so big. Not really a good thing. For them, they could have overexpanded easily. Italy is probably better off. Austria is on the verge of collapse. France probably another rebellion. Spain, civil war possibly, or an invasion of Portugal. But that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe. Bye, guys!